Hi, this is Olivier Hidalgo from NLP Hypnosis Center in London, Ontario. And today we're going to talk about hypnosis, occultism, and regression. Let's talk first what hypnosis is. Hypnosis is attention, concentration, ability of accessing your subconscious mind, ability of accepting suggestions, ability of creating powerful positive changes, and the ability of following instructions. So if you can concentrate, if you can follow instructions, and you can pay attention, you can go into hypnosis. Now, this is totally different from talking about occultism. Some people say, well, if you practice hypnosis and if you're under hypnosis, you could go into occultism. You could have problems with demoniac entities, which is false because, first of all, in hypnosis, you're never under hypnosis. You are into hypnosis, which means that you are always in control. You can always say no to any suggestion, and you can always keep control of the whole situation. And a key point is that you never have your mind empty. You are always concentrating. Hypnosis is total concentration. You need to concentrate totally on what you're doing when you're into hypnosis. Of course, from the other side of the story, there are occultists that use hypnosis. There are people in magic that use hypnosis. But that doesn't mean that hypnosis can make you be an occultist. But doing hypnosis is something dangerous because it can take you into occultism. Hypnosis is a technique, as a technique can be used for different purposes. Can be used for purposes that create powerful positive changes in your mind. Could be used for people to take you into occultism, just to say an example. Let's put another example that I use very often, the Bible. The Bible, we use it for good, but it can also be used for bad. It can also be used for people who practice occultism. Probably you know that people who practice occultism, some of them, they use the Bible. People who practice magic, they use the Bible. So that doesn't mean that the Bible is bad. It means that some people who use the Bible are doing something different from what we normally use the Bible for. So the same is with hypnosis. Hypnosis is a technique. It's not bad, it's not good by itself. It's how you use it. Generally, if we're talking about people who's going to go to talk to a professional, a hair care professional who practices hypnosis, or a person who practices hypnosis to help you to create positive changes in your life, that person is not going to do anything that related to occultism. It's something totally different. My point is that hypnosis is a technique. The fact that you're into hypnosis doesn't mean that you're practicing occultism. The fact that you practice hypnosis doesn't mean that you're practicing occultism. And the fact that you're into hypnosis is not real that you could be possessed for a demoniac entity. That's false. That's not true. Of course, there are a lot of videos that they say that it's true, but in reality, there is no one case that says that proves, scientifically speaking, that a person has been possessed by a demonic entity while he or she was under hypnosis. Okay, you're never under, first of all, you're always in control. And second, there is no one case that shows that that's correct. Now let's talk about regression. When we talk about regression in hypnosis, we are not talking about past life regressions. We are going to do a video later about that, but for now, we're talking about regression from hypnosis point of view. We're talking about hypnotic regression. So, what is regression in hypnosis? Let's put an example to make it easier. Let's say when you were a child, you met you when sorry, when you were a child, a dog was at the same place that you were, and all of a sudden the dog started to create fear in you, and you got scared of the dog because he was barking and was doing things that you didn't like. It looked like he was angry, or he was going to bite you, something like that. And so you got very scared. And probably you were a child, let's say 5, 6, 7 years old, and you got so scared of the dog that that event create a phobia on you about dogs. So when you become an adult, all of a sudden you find a dog on your way, and you have a panic attack. You have a phobia attack. Well, not a panic, it's not the correct word. You have a phobia attack about the dog. So you have a phobia about dogs. Is that something that you should have as an adult? No, but it's created because when you were a child, you have that reaction. So we can go on, and as hypnotists, we can use regression, which is to take you to that event and guide you into remember that event. But more than remembering, is reviving that event. It's like reliving that event again. So it's more than just remembering. So we are going to take you to that moment when you got scared, so scared of the dog that you create a phobia. And we will talk about how the dog probably was as scared of you as you were scared of him. That's the reason why he was acting that way. So as an adult, you will understand that there is no reason why you should have a phobia for dogs. So you will understand that. So we will take you back to the present, bring you with that appreciation of what happened in that moment. So you will change the way you react when you see when you see dogs. It sounds very simple, and in a way it is simple, but in a way it's also complex. You have to be very careful. So the process of hypnotic regression, it has to be done for somebody who knows what he or she is doing. Sorry. And it has to be done for somebody who has a lot of experience. We're talking about, for example, a phobia. A lot of hypnotists don't use regression for phobias. They do a lot of other things without doing regression to create a positive change and take away with that phobia. But some of them they use regression, hypnotic regression, because they find that using regression works much better. It's a matter of opinion. Some say this way is better, the other way is better. It's basically a matter of opinion. But the point is that you're going to go for hypnosis and you're going to go to do hypnotic regression. You wanna be doing this with somebody who knows what he or she is doing, somebody who has the credential, the experience, and ideally a healthcare professional who knows what he or she is doing. And of course, a professional of hypnosis if he or she is dedicated totally to that. So it's not that it's going to be dangerous by itself. It's again, I always say and repeat a lot the same idea. Hypnosis is not dangerous. It's the person who uses hypnosis who could be dangerous. The same way, a Bible is not dangerous, but somebody could use the Bible in a way that could be dangerous for others. In the same way, a doctor using a scalpel is not dangerous, but if he is drunk or is a person who is not very knowledgeable of what he or she is doing, could create a problem. So the technique, the book, or the process, or the tool that we use is not the problem. It's the person who uses who is the problem. That's when you have to be careful. That's when you have to be aware. It's just saying, "Oh no, we're not going to use hypnosis because it's diabolic, because it's dangerous, because it can take you into occultism. That's false, totally false. Nothing of that is going to happen. There is no one case that says that a person who has been in hypnosis has been possessed by the devil. That's false. So, again, the idea is that if you're going to go into hypnosis, please check and make sure that you're going to do it with somebody who knows what he's doing or she's doing and have the experience. Like I said before, a lot of hypnotists don't use regression. Not because it's bad or good, it's because they prefer to use other techniques within hypnosis. So I hope this clarifies a couple of questions that I had before. And if you have more questions, suggestions, ideas, positive comments, negative comments, suggestions, let me know. Please subscribe to the channel so we can keep in touch. And again, feel free to leave your comments. This is Olivier Hidalgo from NLP Hypnosis Center in London, Ontario. Have a wonderful and amazing day.